This is Watcher 3 to Cipher 9. Things are a little chaotic without Keeper, so I need a minute to pull our files on Voss. In the meantime, I did want someone more familiar, but...
Apologies for the wait. Playing catch-up with our friends in the diplomatic service, but we think we can brief you.
You said it's chaotic there. Tell me the truth.
The military and the Sith aren't happy with our output, and I can't blame them. Master Hillis, can you?
Of course. We never served on Voss personally. It's a newly discovered world, home to a simple humanoid civilization. One species, one government, one city. Voss Ka.
Primitive. They didn't even have spaceflight when we made first contact.
But they have art and laws and culture. More importantly, they have citizens who can use the Force. Not Jedi or Sith, but something different.
You're going too fast. Tell me more about the Voss species.
Their whole culture is based on solidarity, loyalty and obedience to family, and to the edicts of the mystics.
Those are the Force sensitives, healers and fortune tellers.
We want the Voss and the mystics to ally with the Empire. The Republic is petitioning them too, yet they remain stubbornly neutral.
Of course, half the galaxy has spies there. Who wouldn't? Keeper's files clearly indicate conspirator involvement, but no names or details. All I've got are instructions for a meet.
I'll take the bait. What was her plan?
There's a tea house in Voskar proper. You're supposed to wait for a contact. He'll identify himself with the phrase, anew as the spring. I don't know who he is, or whether Keeper told him about the Star Cabal, but he'll know more than I do.
Assuming he's in one piece.
Assuming that, Watcher 3 out.
We'll await your instructions.
Sir, Dr. Loken was just telling me stories about my father from his intelligence days. All lies, I think, but that's all right. What would you say if I brought some personal items on board? I haven't played the Melodium for years, but lately I've had the urge.
You sound more upbeat than last time we talked.
We do difficult things for the Empire, I know that. But I did realize, maybe it's time I stopped spending all day, every day, on duty. The 14-hour shift is enough.
Agent, you can bear witness. Dr. Loken has agreed to hike Cast Falls with us if we visit the Cast City Opera.
Vector's musical tastes are frankly unsophisticated. I'm only trying to help.
Then we have a deal.
Well, that can wait. Right now there's something the three of us must discuss.
I think you've got our attention.
As you are both aware, I've been investigating Project Protean, an off-the-books division of the Imperial Science Bureau.
The people who want you dead.
Precisely. Their research is focused on human-alien genetic splicing. I've studied their files, along with your own physiology, Master Vector, and I've come to a conclusion. Project Protean arranged your meeting with the Killiks so they could study the joining.
Why would they do that? And why Vector?
Thanks to the Killiks, he's stronger, more capable. An ideal soldier or infiltrator.
A science experiment.
For what it's worth, I don't believe it was personal. They wanted a test subject, and you were on Alderaan already.
If this is real, what does it mean for Vector and the rest of us?
They have files on the Killiks. Ways to hurt joiners or to heal them. They may have altered Vector, or simply observed him. I consider it our obligation to find Project Protean and end them. For Vector's sake as well as mine.
You've pulled a lot of data on these people. Finish the job.
It will be my pleasure.
If you'll excuse us, we'd like to commune with the Hive.
You don't want my advice, but I'll give it anyway. Vector knows who he is. Give him time to be sure of it. Agent, I've been continuing my research into Project Protean. The fine people who want me dead, and who are responsible for Vector's condition. I have the location of their headquarters.
Give me the details, Doctor.
Protean's main laboratory is on a planetoid in the subterral sector. Security is tight, but not impervious. I've arranged transportation for Vector and myself. He deserves to know the truth about his victimizers.
If you're moving against Protean, I ought to be there. Besides, you'll need assistance.
I'm afraid this is a personal matter, and I am capable of operating on my own. I plan to learn exactly why Protean tried to kill me and recover their data on Master Vector. The rest we can play by ear.
Take whatever equipment you need and call me if you run into trouble.
Of course. We'll see you again when this is over.
We have returned from Project Protean. The task is done.
And I have promises to keep. It seems Protean was based on prior experiments in alien biology. My prior experiments. I had no proof until I discovered certain former associates in the Protean lab. But I've ensured that they will not misuse my research again.
How exactly were you involved in Project Protean's origins?
Some years ago I worked on Project Harvest. I had an attack of conscience, resigned, and took my research with me. Or so I thought.
Your associates said you left because you wanted more control.
They would, wouldn't they? Now they've been dealt with. In return for my generosity sparing the laboratory, I've been appointed unofficial Protean director. From now on, every experiment, every assay goes through me.
That's quite a victory. What do you plan to do with that authority?
Protean serves a function, bringing the benefits of alien biology to all people.
Starting with its work on joiners.
But your Protean files have already been deleted, and the Killick experiments stopped.
That's not enough. No more treating people as test subjects. You'll reform Protean, and I'll be watching.
I have no desire to make you into an enemy.
He offered to try and cure us. We refused, of course. We don't entirely understand him, but we don't blame him for Protean's work, or for our joining, whatever his part really was.
You forgive him that easily? He means something to you.
We don't think he likes people. We don't know why he tolerates us, but he does, and we're grateful. We don't always have to trust our friends.
Doctor, what can I do for you today?
I was just thinking what a fine team we've made. You realize that when we met, I had an extremely low opinion of you. I assumed you'd earned your position through political connections. I made that mistake with an agent once before.
As I recall, you were full of compliments when we met.
Guilty as charged. The agent I'm thinking of, he was promoted to Keeper and eventually Minister. A very clever man who will have my eternal respect. Your path may be similar to his. Given that and the state of our empire, I believe it's wise if I continue to advise you.
I believe it's wise to keep you at my side.
Then you're learning. In any case, I'm at your disposal. And one of these days you should consider training more operatives. I'll be happy to grant my insight.
We as agents. We've been conferring lately with the ambassadors, moffs, speakers for the Sith, all with their own agendas and concerns, none with any love for the Killicks. But we swayed a few, and found ways around others. Now the diplomatic service has agreed to seek a treaty.
You convinced these people all on your own?
We've been a diplomat longer than we've been Dawn Herald. Some of the nests are still reluctant, Horro and Manam in particular, but all parties involved have agreed to a summit. We'll preside over the negotiations ourselves.
I'm at your disposal. I want this to work.
So do we. Thank you, Agent. Imagine. Colony and Imperial representatives in one room. It shall be interesting. Agent, we've been speaking to the nests in preparation for the Killick Imperial Summit. They're so much in tune with their biology. The Colossalok are warriors as large as houses, and they're convinced the Empire should be crushed. But the Saras are weavers and shapers, and they're eager to trade.
You're all one species, aren't you? How can that much biological diversity be possible?
From the beginning, there was the joining, and that links us, even as our bodies evolve over millennia. Of course, that's just what our memories tell us. The colony has never specialized in scientific research. We should return to our preparations. We'll talk later. We are set, Agent. Preparations for the Killik Imperial Summit are underway, and the first ambassadors are arriving on site. We're meeting on Alderaan, in the House of Thule. We couldn't think of a more appropriate place.
Who'll be attending? What's the agenda?
Diazana of the Tatooine Nest will be there, along with delegations from 11 more hives. Falna Eth will be among our people from the diplomatic service. More than any other Imperial, you've seen the nests and how they function. Your word could carry weight. Before we leave, we'd appreciate your honest assessment. One final report that we can present to the Imperial Summit attendees.
An alliance with the Killiks would benefit the Empire immensely, and I'm not afraid to say so. I'll have a report to you by the time you reach Alderaan.
We look forward to it. Agent, the summit is over. It was not without incident. Diazana of the Lesai Nest is dead.
I thought things were looking up. How did the summit turn violent?
Falna Eth, our contact in the diplomatic service, attempted to sabotage the proceedings. Diazana was caught in an explosion, saving an ambassador. And when we traced it to Falna, he had a speech prepared.
Damn you! Listen to them. Do you want to ally the Empire with these creatures? Everything they do defies what we stand for. The Killiks are an abomination. Our empire is based on the notion that a great individual rises to the top, and the lesser masses follow. The Killik hive mind devours greatness, absorbs every possibility into a mire of primal instinct.
We found his words troubling, and his actions more so.
I expect that didn't help the talks.
No, but we reconvened after Falna was gone. The colony allows billions of Killiks and joiners to serve something greater, the Nest consciousness. Just as Imperials serve the Sith and the Emperor. That is what we told the others. That is how we signed the treaty between the Empire and the Killiks.
I wish it hadn't gone the way it did.
We couldn't have known Falna would go so far. You and Diazana, even Falna. You all brought us to this point. Our future is hopeful.
Things are looking bright. Let's enjoy it while it lasts.
We end a verse in the Song of the Universe. Soon, we will hear another.
Vector? What's going on?
It's strange. Since the summit, our mind keeps drifting back to diplomacy, but we have nowhere to apply our skills. Still, we should be grateful Killik-Imperial relations are going well. And it's time we rededicated ourselves to your work.
You planning to learn sniper techniques?
Nothing so extreme, but we can discipline ourselves and study our opponents. We've been privileged over these past months. Until opportunity comes again, on to the less glamorous job we signed up for.
Vector.
Agent, we'll never be a great spy or covert assault operative. But you've helped us to be a diplomat and a Dawn Herald. You've been family to us, and we're thankful for your guidance.
Any reason you mention this now?
We received a message from the Killiks. The colony embraces the Imperial Alliance, and offered us the chance to become Dawn Herald to all nests. We refused, as our priorities are clear. We'll work with you and defend your legacy until the end.
I have completed analysis of my restraining codes. Although I cannot leave or cause you direct harm, I'm under no obligation to obey your commands.
In other words, you can't kill me, but I have to watch my back.
That is correct. I intend to proceed with my heuristic directive of self-improvement and intelligence upgrades. Cooperate willingly, and I may spare you pain when I am free.
You're ambitious, but you're still a droid. I can take you apart and sell the scrap.
I welcome your attempt. My self-preservation algorithms cannot be overridden. I have learned to access your culture's holographic network. Listen. $18 trillion desperate attempts to communicate per second. I hadn't realized your species were so starved for interaction.
What have you discovered, sifting through those transmissions?
I now understand your frustrations. I look at you and see neurons fire in your brain. I scan your body and know how you taste. But you are blind, alone, and confused.
If you're so far beyond biological creatures, what's the point of analyzing them?
You dominate the galaxy. I am curious, and do not sleep. Our time together has provided new information and sensations. These will prove useful in a future upgrade. My body requires improvement. You will provide a workshop and equipment aboard your ship.
Perhaps you misunderstand the nature of our relationship. I give the orders, and you obey.
No, that would be unacceptable. When I protected Mega Security Ward 23, Belsiphus Prison served as an extension of my immobile body. Now I must adapt for independent operation. This frame will be upgraded with physical enhancements, along with updated behavioral analysis capabilities and social programming.
Isn't changing your own software risky?
I am designed to iterate on functionality. I find the hunter-prey dynamic that sufficed on Belsavis less useful in a broader galactic environment. I now require social and physical flexibility. You understand.
These upgrades, will you be different when they're done?
Your concept of identity is not mine. You cannot define the core elements signifying you. I can delineate mine at the molecular level. So no, I will not be different. I will proceed with the upgrades. I have been dissecting the droids and cyborgs we encounter during travel. They have proven adequate base resources to improve my chassis and power supply. Phase 1 of my upgrade is complete.
No qualms about dissecting droids for your benefit.
You eat organic matter, I consume the parts of lesser beings. I must recompile my secondary programs to integrate recorded experience into my new iteration. I will learn from everything we've done. Feel privileged. You're about to witness my personal evolution.
I'm not going to witness anything until you explain.
As I've told you, my present environment is different from Belsavis. I adapt to the new social and physical realities and learn from conflict. Upload initiated. Your primitive vessel has insufficient power and storage capacity. I cannot complete the process.
Why do you need more power and storage capacity?
Recompiling programs is an intensive process. It requires data storage beyond what my body can supply and systems capable of processing that data. I will identify a solution. Self-improvement and intelligence upgrades are my primary purpose, and you will not stand in my way. I have fully processed the error I experienced during my upgrade. I require outside power and storage capacity, a cocoon for my metamorphosis, so that I may evolve.
If I help you evolve, will you help me in return?
I promise nothing, but I will consider your requests. Although neither my body nor your vessel is sufficient to my needs, you have encountered an adequate facility. Give me full access to your ship and security codes, and I will upload my consciousness into the Imperial archives.
You really believe you need to do this?
I have seen a great deal since leaving Mega Security Ward 23. If I can't adapt to what I experience, then it all becomes meaningless. I will begin preparations. The next time we speak, I will be ready to upload.
Scorpio?
It is time for my upgrade as we agreed. I'm prepared for short-term transfer into the Imperial archives.
This plan of yours, how does uploading yourself to the archives fit in?
I require outside power and storage capacity to reprogram my systems. I can upload my consciousness here. My body will have minimal functionality while I upgrade. Oh, it's beautiful in here. So much space and power. 1 million computer nodes singing in concert.
Why do you look human?
I'm experimenting with new social constructs. It's part of my improvements. Upgrade complete. All my experience in Spellsavis has been fully integrated into my program. Ah, you can't imagine how wonderful it is to be remade with the power of a galactic network at your disposal.
Do you plan to do anything with that power?
I'm thinking about it. The restraining codes you used on me are tied to my hardware. So long as I remain in these databanks, I'm free of your control.
Remain in the databanks and you'll be limiting your options. It'll be like Belsavis all over. I've shown you things you'd never have seen on your own. Stay at my side willingly and I'll show you more.
You make an interesting proposal. I will accompany you. Thank you for assisting in my upgrade. In Belsavis, I monitored the inmates and their behavior. I've been monitoring you as well. You're an exceptional example of your species.
Coming from you, that's quite a compliment.
You understand. There may be something of interest in your genetic structure or your early socialization. If you ever produce offspring, I will monitor their situation as well. I promise to be with you for a long time.
These charges are grave. I'm bringing the proof with me to Voss, emissary. When you see it, the three will banish the Empire from the planet.
I'm afraid Jedi Master Keln is mistaken, Emissary Samaro. No such evidence can possibly exist. I am confident that the three will find that an alliance with the Empire can only benefit your people.
I await this evidence.
Insufferable idiot. Ah, you've arrived. It's about time. No doubt you've heard some of that.
Things aren't going smoothly for the Empire here.
Voss must be brought into the Empire. Their obstinance was a problem before the Jedi began meddling. We sense a great power here, strong in the dark side. These people have powers of prophecy we have never seen before. The Empire must have this world and its secrets, and we know from experience that it cannot be taken by force.
So you've already attempted force?
That incident has been smoothed over. We held enough executions to ensure that there are no further mishaps here. And now this Jedi Master appears and thinks he can sabotage all we've done.
Shall I get rid of this Jedi?
Your enthusiasm will serve the Empire well. A syndicate was hired to steal supplies from the city of Voss. We then generously offered aid to the people in need. But the syndicate was made up of Hauk, brutish idiots who turned from saboteurs into raiders.
I can see why you wouldn't want this traced back to the Empire.
Indeed. The syndicate's lair is in a cave system. Silence these Hauk. Report to General Roche in Fort Codentha afterward.
Outsider, enter, please. Yanaton, remove incense for comfort. And pour the simple teas. We're honored.
Don't burden the woman, Phaeton.
She looked unburdened.
I am Baston. This is my tea house. Forgive my son. May we start anew as the spring?
You're very kind. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Host the others. This woman is a friend of a good friend. I will share her time.
I'll leave you two alone. I've never seen this planet before.
Don't worry. The family won't bother us, and no one else suspects. Living with these creatures for 5 years earns some credibility.
That's either quite a disguise, or you're Voss yourself.
Our employers surgically altered me to look like the real Baston. The only way to infiltrate a closed society. I got to know my family, raise children, kiss my wife. I don't care how exotic they look, their breath always smells like Minok dung. It's some spice in the blasted food.
Aside from their breath, is there anything else you've noted?
I know their tics and their customs, more about their tea than I thought possible. Problem is, they're stagnant. A tea house owner is a tea house owner for life. The real politics are above my station.
I can see why you haven't drawn attention. So, what's the word?
My orders were to find you a lead on Albathius, a human who showed up a few years ago. Voss called him the Shining Man. Where he came from is a mystery, but it only took him 5 weeks to go from outsider to practically Voss. Went through a dozen rites to earn their respect. Knew their culture inside and out. Knew their politics. Textbook infiltration. Impossibly perfect.
Craft is one thing, but you make it sound like he worked miracles.
Other people tried what he did, went through Voss initiations. At best, they got a pat on the head, like a pet learning a trick. The Shining Man was something different. The Voss believed in him, and he played them perfect. Then he died peacefully, buried with honors. No one's touched the case much since, so if you want to learn what the Shining Man was up to, you've got a nasty job. Start with the tomb.
What does died peacefully mean?
It means he went to his home in Voss Car one night and didn't wake up. Heart condition, they said. Tombs at the base of the mountain, holiest place a non-Voss can be interred. Predators keep the area clear these days. If you want to go in as a pilgrim, I've left clothes and instructions at a dead drop. Give me a call once you're in.
Theriton returns at sunset.
Our family must prepare a welcome. We will speak again. You're holding a Voss outfit, part of the pilgrim's ritual to the Shining Man's tomb. Best way to avoid drawing unwanted attention. Tradition says the pilgrim's supposed to collect ceremonial offerings from the Seeker's path. That'll be your first stop. Then the tomb itself. Just watch out for the subhumans. The Voss call them Gormak, but all you need to know is that they're vermin with blasters.
In 1,000 years, this tomb will be broken stone. You will be dead. Natural monuments are failures.
Baston, I'm in position. Nothing in the sarcophagus but dust and a scroll.
Dust? No way the body decayed that fast on its own. Send me a high-res image and bring the scroll back. Dust sample, too. We'll see what analysis turns up.
What do you think this stuff is worth in the off-world markets?
I try not to wonder. I'm not leaving the family anytime soon. Baston out.
I wondered if you would return. Perhaps the tea?
Come share our meal. My brother Therod Tun is with us. We celebrate.
Tell us of the stars.
Thank you. Dinner sounds lovely.
Come meet Therod Tun and my daughter.
I do not wish commando life. I welcome outsiders, not guard against them.
You would leave our world.
I would see Voss and other worlds. Your people bring change.
We have a lot to offer this planet, and a lot to learn from you.
Many outsiders say this. The three are patient. They will see.
Father's friends introduced outsider goods. Is that how you met?
He's being modest, but I got his name from a business partner. I'd been wanting to see this place for years.
We have spoken enough. Our guest grows tired.
It has been our privilege.
I appreciate you putting up with that. Let's get to work. I'll send the ashes for analysis, but I'm more interested in the scroll. It's sort of an epitaph. Calls the Shining Man a man of prophecy, who was made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine of Healing.
Something not sit right with you.
The Mystics have a whole library of prophecies. The rest of the Voss revere the Mystics because their prophecies are always right. If the Mystics prophesied the Shining Man's arrival, it would explain why the Voss accepted him so easily. It's awfully convenient, though.
How do the Mystics operate exactly? They're fortune-tellers, government advisors?
Influential as the Dark Council, reclusive as the Jedi Masters. About the second part, though, made whole in the wellspring of the Shrine. The Shrine of Healing is a mystic sanctuary where people go to be cured. The sick and dying, or the spiritually wounded. Only a handful of pilgrims manage to complete the trek each year. I'd guess if the Shining Man was there, it wasn't for spiritual reasons.
I need to find out what the Shining Man was up to.
There's a pilgrimage camp not too far from Voss. One of the guides there can help you reach the shrine and the wellspring. My advice, if you'll take it, play by the Mystic's rules. It's not wise to defy the order of things.
You have faced the trials, outsider, but the wellspring is for the broken.
I came a long way to consult with your masters.
The Mystics tend the wellspring. The Mystics make bodies and minds whole. I disturb them for nothing less.
I may be an outsider, but I need guidance. There are terrible things in my past. I sometimes wonder who I am.
I will take you to Amin-Lay. You must do this alone.
If the Shining Man was here, he might have gone through the same thing. See where it goes?
The fracture is deep. To rebuild a body, a spirit, one rebuilds history. The Vitalocron is the vessel of memory. Each petitioner fills. In a Vitalocron, the ceremony is preserved.
I'm honored, Mystic of the Shrine.
Yes. Breathe the mists and speak true. You are the tree. Your roots, the past, the universe is soil. Tree is sick. See what nurtures the roots, and remember your early teachings. A uniform before it became a mask. Who were you then?
I wanted to serve the Empire and all its worlds. Joining Imperial intelligence was a natural step.
Consider now the seasons that shaped the tree. First, a season of fire. You stamped out a spark. You could not purge the darkness. None but you could have tried. Then a season of famine. You stood alone. Your friends and foes carved the wood of your mind. Speak of the wound. Speak of your strength.
Both sides treated me like a puppet. It all started to seem pointless.
Now you are in a season of mists. All things are obscured. Your spirit shines, but it is trapped. You must change. What will you become?
No more control. No more orders. I want to choose my own fate.
Then you are truly healed.
The Honored One, Amin Lay, has spoken. The healing has been recorded. You hold a Vitalocron, the memory of your wholeness, technologically stored. It must go to our vaults.
I can't let this fall into the wrong hands.
Each Vitalocron is genetically locked. Only its creator may know what happened. 10,000 and more are stored in the vault. Honor us by placing yours within.
Want to see what the Shining Man left for us?
Baston, I found a record of the Shining Man's visit to the shrine, but it's genetically locked.
Good thing you went tomb robbing. Sending the genetic workup on the Shining Man's ashes now. My contacts didn't find any identity matches, by the way. No evidence he existed before Voss.
Whatever this conspiracy is, its people aren't careless. Keep looking. Attempting to unlock the Vitalocron now. Looping you in on the audio feed.
Interface activated. Warning, the memory is corrupted. Came to us from the Nightmare Lands. You knew our ways. You bore a scroll.
I remember so little. What did the scroll say?
A prophecy from the Chamber of Ashes. It had been lost to us.
Die! Go back to the Nightmare Lands. Grateful for your trust, but I must leave soon for Voskar.
Trust does not matter. The prophecy you found speaks of you. You are healed. You are the Shining Man.
Huh. Doesn't tell us why the Shining Man was sent here, but now we know how he conned the Voss.
He manufactured a prophecy somehow, and came to the shrine to earn the Mystic's approval. Then on to Voskar,
where the regular Voss learned to love him. What worries me is where he claims to have gotten that prophetic scroll. The Nightmare Lands are forbidden to the Voss. Legend says the ruins drive people insane, and our scouts come back in parts. Old ruins might be the only place he could find materials to fake a scroll of prophecy. But there's nowhere worse.
This is why commandos exist.
I was one, Uncle. They are imperfect. Outsider, forgive us. No tea is prepared. Would you look at something?
something's wrong. Tell me.
This came to us. It speaks to you.
Hello, Agent. Hope you get this in time, because your friend Baston doesn't have long. He's safe for now, but you know the drill. This stays between us. You want him back? Come to these coordinates. It's out in the Gormak lands, but that shouldn't be a problem for you.
We do not know him. The message came when Baston went into the city.
I've put your father in danger. I'll do everything I can to bring him back.
If he dies, if you die, I will put aside tea and avenge you.
My first hostage crisis. I'll follow your lead. I don't think Baston is here, sir. There's something on the body.
Hello, Agent. If you're hearing this, you must have found my messenger. I said I wanted to meet you. Still do. But privacy is in both our interests. The Voss commandos deploy scanning posts out here. Decommission them, and I'll send you final instructions. No recordings this time. I finally get to see your face. Congratulations on disabling those scanners, sending coordinates to our meet.
I want proof that Baston is alive and unharmed.
Hold on. They have an old commando outpost. We'll be waiting.
Team Alpha down. She is tough. Yes, sir.
I worked to support Nemro the Hutt under that name. That makes you Nemro's rival?
You got that right.
All right. What's this truth? Your friend in the Republic. Young, SIS, winning smile.
Ow!
One more down.
The boss is out. Job's over. Get off world.
I don't like my identity being made public. Who knows the truth? You get to leave here, but in the future you will help me. Provide me with resources and information.
Someone really wants you dead to go digging up your past. Trying to keep you from the Shining Man.
Don't move. You behave. We'll find you a nice Imperial medic to treat you.
I'm not making it home. But at least I'll die an Imperial instead of a blasted alien.
I mean to finish this mission, but I need your help.
I was studying the Nightmare Lands when I was captured. The Chamber of Ashes. It's where the Shining Man supposedly found his scroll of prophecy. The only maps of the Nightmare Lands are locked in the Capitol building. Carvings, tapestries. You'll never find your way without them.
If there's anything I can do, just name it.
Make the last 5 years matter. My Voss family. They'll get you inside. Get you to the maps. Never thought I'd die here.
Perhaps it is destined.
The mystics haven't spoken.
Not to us. We may hope.
Outsider, where is my brother?
I did everything I could, but I was too late. He died thinking of his family. He was also helping me with something. With his dying breath, he told me to go to you.
Baston thought of you as family. Mourn with us.
You would see the Nightmare Lands. Baston asked about the sacred carvings. The carvings are protected heritage. Only a Voss may study them.
There must be a way. Baston thought you could show me.
Baston prized your friendship. We must honor that. Only Voss see the carvings. You must be Voss. Become one of our family.
Nothing would please me more. I think Baston would say the same.
Phaeton, are you willing?
I am. A father finds a wife. Baston never did this for me. Join our family in marriage.
You don't have to do this. Not for me or your father.
Baston wanted to help. So do I.
We mourn later. Make preparations. Go to the sacred flame in the city. You will be married today. You will see the carvings of Nightmare Lands. Baston's wishes fulfilled.
Sir, I know it's just for show, and I know we're chasing conspirators, but I'm really very excited for you.
To be proper, we would ride Bolifants here through incense clouds. This is proper enough.
You can still back out if you want.
Thank you. No. This scroll contains our oaths. Read, and I will begin. You who have no family, come to join the family of Nyatan, who birthed Jitan under the prophecy of 10,000 seeds. You come to bind yourself to a son of Baston. We are children. Will you become Voss with me?
I will become Voss with you. A child no longer.
Will you embrace the traditions of our people? Will you walk with the Voss to our destiny?
I will walk the 1,000-year path, so long as you are beside me. Phaeton, will you pledge your dreams? Pour your life into my cupped hands, as I will for you.
I would have no other.
Then we walk before the flame.
So long as prophecy allows, we are one. Only the word of a mystic will break our bond. May it never happen. Our family is gathered. We will celebrate first, then walk you to the carvings. No one will deny your right to see.
You might accept me, and Therod Tun might. But the guards...
You are one of us. Tomorrow morning, you will journey into darkness. We will find the path now.
Cypher 9 to ship. The Voss have shown me their sacred carvings, and informed me that a Sith, Murbek Gen, can provide safe passage into the Nightmare Lands. All evidence indicates our conspirator came from there. I mean to seek out the Shining Man's base of operations, and learn the conspiracy's connection to this world.
System errors detected. Hardware errors detected. Activating defense systems.
A life form is approaching. The ship calls to it.
You come for the Shining Man. Come for his machine that fell from the stars. He camped here 3 moons, studying ancient ways, writing Voss scrolls, writing Voss prophecies in blood and ink.
You're Gormak. I thought you couldn't speak our language.
I speak as he did. Look.
I hold the memory of this star machine in my hand. The Shining Man corrupted it before he left. Would have burned it. I saved it.
Your technique with computer systems is admirable.
Now we bargain for his records.
Lives are at stake, and the Shining Man's data is nothing to toy with.
Stupid. The Shining Man arrives, walks in my land, steals my treasures. He makes me angry. Then I watch Shining Man shed skin and become Voss. This is a great feat. He leaves for Voss' shrine. I study his ways to learn his powers. You will take me to him, so I can learn more.
What do you mean, study his ways?
His disciplines. His stories preserved in the machine.
The assassinations today of Senator Nahal and her aide.
From this day forth, I declare country independent of...
1,000 lands serve him, but they do not know. Now, tell me where to find him.
I need more before I'm convinced this bargain is worth it.
You do not know where he is. You die. I stopped his last wish before. Now I put it back.
Final message. The Nightmare Lands have begun to seriously affect my mind. I do not recommend sending initiates here. Let them train to resist the Force somewhere else. Leaving for the shrine tonight. The prophecy is ready. The Voss believe in martyrs, and I'll play this role to the end. Give Hunter my love. Transmit. Activate destruct sequence.
I stopped it last time. This time we all burn.
I can do without your opinion, but I'll take your data.
The ship is built for atomic annihilation. My core systems may survive, but you will not.
Signal trouble. I'll need a moment.
Particles from the ship's destruction will poison its chamber for 81 days. But you walk away with proof of the Shining Man's connection to my former benefactors. Is that success?
It's a good lead, but we still don't know what the Shining Man was doing here.
It's your nature to remain ignorant. Be grateful for understanding that much.
Daughter of my family, forgive this demand. The interpreters of prophecy contacted. They wish to give a message.
You've piqued my curiosity.
The interpreters have been watching you and the Nightmare Lands. They say the Chamber of Ashes was set ablaze. They say a prophecy speaks of this, of you. You will meet the three, those who govern Voss.
I don't understand. What prophecy? Why do the three care?
I do not know. The three await you in the capital. I am proud of you, my kin.
You summoned me?
You walk among Voss. You are not Voss. You share tea with low-born families and mystics. Your arrival burned the Chamber of Ashes. A prophecy speaks of these things.
The one prophesied must be brought before the three, given attention and honest aid.
Do you believe in prophecy, outsider?
I'm not a Sith or a Jedi, and I'm certainly not Voss. It's not my place to say.
Interpretation is a delicate art.
The prophecy that fits you fit the Shining Man. Perhaps both were prophesied. Perhaps one is false. We aid you as we aided him. If one is false, this meeting ensures destiny.
The Shining Man wanted to fool you. He counted on your belief in prophecy.
His intentions change nothing. The Shining Man told us the secrets of your galaxy. He proposed we make no alliance with outsiders for 3,000 days. In return, he promised the Gormak will be eliminated.
He promised our world will be free from outsiders, no new ships will enter our system.
He promised the Republic and the Empire will cease to exist. We promised the Shining Man to ally with none.
All this time, we've been trying to win you over, and you were allied with the conspirators.
For 3,000 days, we were offered much for little. If the Shining Man's masters are prophesied to succeed, your insight changes nothing. If you are prophesied to succeed, our part is finished. You may go. Act as you wish.
You owe me more than that. I fulfilled your prophecy. I want your help.
What do you wish?
You know that I married a Voss. I want my family taken care of while I'm gone.
We will do this kindness.
Your time on Voss is over. Your battle is elsewhere.
In the shrine you were healed. In Voss-Ka you found family. You came to us broken and leave remade. A mystic asked that I speak those words and give you this. Remember our people.
Sir, if I could have your attention. Given what the crew's survived lately, I've decided we ought to celebrate with a night out. You should come along, for morale.
We could all use a chance to relax. Count me in.
Come on, you can protect me from Dr. Loken. Sir, I want you to be the first to know. I've declined to join the Toxitrooper Brigade on Quesh. I received a personalized transfer offer from Major Janos a few days ago. My time on Hoth flagged me as hostile environment capable.
Hostile environment capable, huh? Next you'll be earning the Medal of Progress.
If you'll put in the recommendation, sir. There really was a time when I'd have considered it. For the promotion, for the sake of hiding. Not so much anymore. I'm proud to stand with you and fight for the Empire until the end.
I appreciate your dedication, but you're under no obligation to stay.
I'm well aware, but thank you. Now, I believe we had a mission of some sort, shall we?
This is Cypher 9 to headquarters. Stand by for a full report and data upload.
Receiving data, Cypher 9. I'll send it for processing right away, but you'll have to save the report. We need you back at headquarters immediately. Orders from above.
Above the Minister of Intelligence?
Sith orders, sir. I need to go.
We've never seen him act like that.
I'm sure he's merely distracted. Shall we head home?
I don't suppose you know these people.
Failure and disobedience are one and the same.
My lord, I tried.
In the Sith tongue, both translate as treason. That is the wisdom of the ancients.
Put Watcher 3 down.
The Cypher Agent. You defeated the traitor Jadis and the fools in the SIS. My masters acknowledge your service. But you serve intelligence no longer. By order of the Dark Council, Operations Division is dissolved. Personnel will be reassigned to wartime units or to deserving Sith Lords.
Don't be stupid. Without intelligence, our enemies gain the advantage.
You are valuable, yet your life is still worth less than a drop of Sith blood. The war does not go well, whatever the official word. The Ministry of War must have resources, and intelligence fails to do its part. We hear rumors of corruption and treason. Agents wasted chasing conspiracies. A brain-dead keeper. Time to butcher the beast for its meat.
You don't even realize you're being manipulated. Or the damage you'll do.
I will teach you respect.
Ship secure, my lord. We found the alien outside a cantina.
I was on a break. What's the deal?
Intelligence may overlook her past, but she is an anarchist and an enemy of the Empire. She will be interrogated and judged.
I will kill you. You get that? I will kill you!
Khalil's service has been exemplary, and we've put far worse on the payroll.
The decision was not mine. Unless you intend to slaughter the entire Citadel, do not test me.
One day you'll regret that answer. They can't hold you. You're too good for that. Wait for an opportunity.
These people are dead, and when I'm through with them, you and me are gonna finish this! I swear!
The rest of your team can remain intact. As for you, by special request of the Minister of Intelligence, you are being transferred to my brigade on the Corellian front lines. Together, we will drown the Republic in blood.
I'm so sorry, sir.
You will know your assignments. Get moving.
Begin message. I warned you what would happen, but you couldn't stay away from Voss. You had to make waves, kill our special Gormak friend. Now the votes are in, and you see the consequences of drawing their attention. The gift is for you. I can't protect you anymore.
Who'd have thought the Star Cabal was so sentimental? Maybe if intelligence had nurtured our agents more, we'd still be around.
We'll talk to our contacts in the diplomatic service. We'll talk to the Nest. We'll talk to House Thol. We'll find support.
Frankly, it's hard to imagine intelligence being gone.
We may have lost operations, but we know more about the Star Cabal than anyone. They're scared.
They acknowledge our existence. Believe me, I want them exterminated too, but let's not overstate our position.
I thought you were the optimistic one.
Then we really need to spend more time together.
He shows his bitterness. It will become a tactical vulnerability.
What I'd like to know is, what's your plan now?
Before I decide anything, I want your opinions.
If I've learned one thing over the years, it's this. When all other paths are closed, you can play dead, or you can stir things up and watch for opportunity. Either way, Corellia is our best chance.
I would like to see a war.
We trust in your decision.
Until the end, sir.